All right, let's talk about the current state of the UFO community. And look, guys, you have to forgive me. I need to get this off my chest, okay? Let's start with this. I know a lot of people out there are completely unaware of what really goes on behind the scenes in this crazy UFO world on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, even in documentaries. So let me start with this. If you are a UFO content creator, if you run a YouTube channel, UFO related, just because you get in front of a camera and babble about nothing for 2 hours on a live stream every other night, you know, that doesn't mean you're somehow entitled to other people's money.
Please give me fucking money. I wish I could, but I'm so poor. But thank you for streaming for us, even though some of us are poor bums. What happened to all my pay pigs? What happened to all my pay pigs? I'm on a pay pig drought right now. What the fuck? Every time someone doesn't subscribe, Nebel sheds a tear. What do you want from me, chat? What could I need to possibly do to make sure that this stream doesn't die because I can't afford to keep it going anymore?
Most people want you to stop because you're not doing anything to move the topic forward. It's just another grift, another hustle. Okay, so I don't quite understand the concept some people have on YouTube. And when I say some people, I mean these content creators. Some random UFO channel buys a camera and a $75 microphone from Amazon, babbles about nothing for 2 hours a night, and then acts like you owe them money.
So being like, I'm broke, I can't afford to sub, that doesn't really track. What you mean to say is, I'm so irresponsible with my money, I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy.
Right? I babbled into a microphone, now you owe me money. And that's basically the mentality of a UFO live streamer.
Maybe $10. And it doesn't matter how broke you are, if you have time to watch.
And most of them have become that. But here's the thing, what they don't understand, it also requires knowledge, talent, honesty, skill, people skills, likability. And here's the thing, even if you can put all that into one neat little package, you might have a chance at making a few dollars on YouTube. I mean, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. So I don't understand why so many people think they can just yap into a microphone and make money on YouTube. In fact, okay, this is perfect timing. As I'm making this video right now, there is a UFO YouTuber literally begging for money on YouTube. And he says if you don't give him money, he's gonna quit, okay? And this is the current state of the UFO community. So look, let's move on. All right, today, I'm gonna focus on just a small percentage of the overall problem with the UFO hoaxers, grifters, and con artists. It's become a very tribalistic, yes, that's correct, tribalistic community filled with opportunistic, greedy, corrupt people with one common goal in mind, and that is to get to your money.
Like, I get that people have financial issues, but like, I don't believe that half of my fucking viewership is all suffering from crippling financial issues while also having hours upon hours every single day of time that they can spend watching Twitch. I find that very hard to believe that your financial issues are so horrific that you have hours and hours every day to watch Twitch, yet you don't have $5 to spare for an entire month. I'm sorry, I don't believe it.
Or your sub, because they can make money when you sub, and that's the whole reason. People do this so when they go live, because it's easy access to your credit card. Via super chat, PayPal, channel donations. I mean, that's all it is now. It's no longer even about the UFO topic. It's all about give me money, grifters, e-beggars, online panhandling. So look, let's move on. Let's start with larger channels. Most of these big UFO channels are absolute garbage, okay? Filled with CGI hoaxes or unverified UFO videos, or just flat out fakes that wouldn't even make it to your local grocery store tabloid magazine. In fact, okay, this is a fact, some of the worst UFO footage in terms of, CGI or just fake can be found on some of the biggest UFO platforms out there, but for whatever reason they get a free pass. But these guys, look, they're at the top of the UFO food chain, or at least in their own heads they think they are. And they're following, it's like a cult mentality. They protect them at all cost, and they have such hardcore fans, they simply refuse to admit how bad these channels actually are. So again, most of the footage found on these bigger channels, they're either recycled fakes, blurry out of focus videos that really can't be verified or debunked one way or the other, or they simply claim, oh, fair use. I mean, there's so many gimmicks and tricks that they do. I just don't understand why they get a free pass, because most of their content sucks. Okay, I'm just being honest. Okay, so look, let's move on to an even bigger problem in the UFO community in terms of these larger content UFO creators. They basically bribe, that is correct, B-R-I-B-E, pay off, bribe with money. They bribe and pay off smaller YouTube channels in order to publicly defend and support or promote them. I mean, it's basically, you scratch my back and I will scratch yours. That's the deal handed down by these larger UFO content creators. They've approached me. I've told them no, not doing it. And here's the thing. If you dare go against them, they send their little attack dogs to troll your channel or try to intimidate you, from their mother's basement, or they literally go after my 75-year-old mother on Twitter. That happened, okay? Right? And as these vigilant keyboard warriors pluck away with their little fingers covered in Cheeto dust, they summon the rest of the losers to join the fight, and the trolling begins. If you dare speak ill of any of these protected channels, they come for you. I mean, it's really quite pathetic. So let me explain how things go, kind of the pecking order. It goes like this. Okay, look, larger YouTube UFO channels passing down orders and coordinated attacks on smaller UFO YouTube content creators like myself if you dare speak the truth about them, or if you refuse their bribes, okay, or payoffs in order, to not talk bad about them in the public sphere. Okay, then beneath them, right, beneath that, this is the pecking order we're going down. Beneath that, you have moderators with hardcore supporters that will defend these guys like they're dating or something. It's insanity. And then below that, okay, you have the minions that run around social media harassing people if you speak negatively about any of them, and that's what they do. Right? And then they have all the support of their fans. I mean, again, it's a tribalistic cult-like mentality. And below that level, you have smaller UFO channels begging for their attention because they're trying to climb that ladder to success and fame. I mean, so basically, it's just a chain of con artists leeching off one another for subs, money, attention, or all of the above. Someone please explain something to me. How is it these UFO content creators take a $5 t-shirt from Walmart, put a 99-cent logo on it, and now that same article of clothing is now somehow $35, $40? I simply don't understand this, guys. I'm reaching out to you for help. I don't understand it. Or a 99-cent coffee mug, slap a logo on it, and now it's like $15, $20. So in closing, let me just say this, the worst of the worst in terms of pandering, e-begging, grifting can be found on Twitter. It is the absolute worst of the worst, okay? The buy me a coffee, here's my PayPal, here's this, here's that. Like I said, the UFO community has become just a means for people to make money. That's it. It's no longer about disclosure or getting to the truth. And I want to say there are some really good UFO channels out there. I'm friends with all of them. But unfortunately, like I said, we've been infiltrated. We've been overtaken by con artists and scammers that, they don't care what they have to put out as long as they can attach a PayPal account to it, or a GoFundMe, or, a Patreon, or some type of way for you to donate money to them. Then they don't care if the video is real or fake. And that's my message to you guys today. Now, I didn't mention any names today. I didn't call anyone out specifically today, because honestly, they just don't deserve it. You know who you are. They know who they are, and that's enough. But Again, to be fair, there are some awesome people out there in the UFO community, and I think the best people are the, the viewers, people like you that are listening to the video right now. And hopefully you don't get a mixed message from me, or mixed message from me today, because look, I'm simply trying to tell you the truth, and that's what we need in this community. We need an open, honest conversation about what's really going on, and what's really going on is 90% of these UFO content creators, they're just hustling people out of money, plain and simple.
Hey guys, I got some really bad news. Things haven't improved since you last saw me talk about Patreon and losing my job on YouTube and all those other things. I just wanted to go through some reasons why I need you to now donate to me, but you're helping me out. You're helping me survive, because I'm now making, what normal people make, and I basically am feeling suicidal.